Good morning. It's Tuesday morning, and today is going to be a major transformation. So, is it time that we put the past behind us? How many times do we think we've put the past behind us, yet it keeps rearing its head? We go through the same feelings again. The past ends up appearing in front of us or something that resembles it, and then here we are again experiencing the same old feelings. Anybody besides me go through that most of their life? Okay, isn't that true? Well, the past is time that already happened. The future is time that hasn't happened yet. So time can be our best friend, or it can actually be our greatest misery. But time is actually a perception. So get that. So clock time is horizontal. You have past, present, future. Actual time is only in this moment. We only ever have this moment. Time in the past is a memory. Time in the future is a projection of possibility in the future. So how do you define time, and how do we look at the pain of our past, and how do we actually bring that into our present and then cause problems now? Because we've all been through lots of pain. I mean, if I think back on the things that have caused me pain in my life, man, I could go into depression, I could be full of anxiety, I can go into sadness, I can go into overwhelm, I can be tired all day, I could just want to lay down and take a nap, I don't want to confront the world, and certainly we won't fulfill our purpose. So what I want to do, and eventually what really happens, is our past and the energy and emotions that we carry will not only break us down, but it can make us sick and eventually cause disease. So what do? We push it out of our mind. We think if it's not in our conscious mind, then I don't have to deal with it. The problem is it gets trapped in our body. And what I want to do is give you a first-hand experience in my life how the past traumas and pains actually began to make me sick and started causing disease. Now, hey, I'm not here today. The reason I give these is not because I claim to have any wisdom over anybody else. I'm just like you guys. We're all spiritual beings having human experience, here to fulfill a purpose. And I've been through a lot of stuff just like all of you. We all certainly have a story. The only thing the reason that I can sit here, and I'm sure you guys have many things that you've overcome in your life, obviously, if you're watching this, is only because, being a wrestler and being stubborn and being driven, man, I banged my head against the wall. And fortunately, God was kind enough and with enough grace and mercy to show me a way out of my own pain. So I want to tell you a story. And again, the most traumatic was watching my wife pass Cindy. And so I remember the day she died, her family came by. She was being cremated, so she wanted her family to come and view her. But at the end of the night, I had to call the coroner. So the coroner brings the gurney upstairs, has a black body bag that's open, and the coroner offered to pick up her body and put it in the bag. Well, as a man and a husband and a leader in the family, I felt like that's my core value, is to have that last moment caring for my wife. So I said, no, I'll do it. So I picked her body up, I placed her in the bag, and I started zipping it up. And then as I'm zipping it up, I'm realizing, wow, this is the last time that I'm going to see her physical body. That was intense. And I started zipping that bag up, and I stopped about right here, right in her throat, and I just looked at her face, and there was an intense moment, like I hesitated to zip up that bag. And I had her relatives around me. My son was there. Her son that I was adopting was there. And this overwhelming emotion where I really just wanted to burst out crying. But that was an intense moment. I didn't want to create all that drama there. So I stuffed that down. In my mind, I said goodbye. And at my last goodbye, and I zipped that bag up. And what I didn't realize was part of my heart leapt into that bag with her. And when the coroner took her away, part of my heart felt like it was gone. Now, I never get sick. I may get a cold or a cough and it lasts a bit, but I don't miss workouts. I'm pretty persistent, and that may be the meathead in me, but I never ever get fevers. for the next 4 months, for 2 days a month, I was in bed, sick with a fever, 4 months in a row. That does not happen because the pain and the emotions that I had to bury, even though I tried to push it out of my mind, were stuck in my body. It was breaking my body down, and it was making me sick really fast. And I was beginning to become diseased. And as I laid in bed and I looked out our window, and we had a forest behind our house, I remember Cindy used to stare at the trees. And I sat there sick, wondering, man, I can't imagine what it was like to stare at those trees and then think you have a limited amount of days left. And really what was happening, my past was making me sick. And I sat there and I said to myself, I have to let this go. I have to put my past behind me. And what I knew was I had to change the meaning of what happened to me to what happened for me. I had to find the gift and release the pain, or I was going to become diseased. So I remember thinking, man, what did I learn? Well, shoot, I learned unconditional love. That was the most amazing gift. So I immersed myself in the gratitude that I had unconditional love. All of a sudden, it started to heal the pain. And then I learned when I don't feel unconditional love, I know how to get back there. So taking myself and leaving my past behind, transmuting fear and pain into gratitude and into joy, started to change my physical body. It started to change my emotion. I began to heal. And then what happened was all of a sudden my memories weren't of that pain anymore. So as I began to heal, and then I came across Psalm 139:16. Your eyes saw my unformed body, all the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. So what do you choose to believe? Do you believe that you came into this physical body, that you and God have a partnership, and all these pains happen for you, not to you? Because if you don't believe that and things happen to you, then it is a very common belief that we are who we are because of the things that happen to us. And when we do that, then our pains become our identity. We anchor it, we wire it into the body, and it begins to break us down. And then we struggle through life because all of a sudden our pain becomes our identity. We associate that, and it's like taking a pair of glasses and putting on a yellow pair of glasses. And then you're wondering, and what you're doing is you're out there communicating, man, the world is yellow. And other people saying, no, it's not, it's green. It's yellow. You get in arguments because you are sure it's yellow, because you believe you are what you've been through rather than what you experience. You think things have happened to you rather than for you, and now you begin to see things differently. You begin to see people through your glasses. You begin to see the world through your glasses. You begin to see your relationship through your glasses, and then we wonder why we struggle. Because we see our spouse. We see them through these glasses. Now, I'm actually colorblind with light reds and light greens, and so I don't really see light reds and light greens. So I have this buddy of mine, he's colorblind the same way, and his wife bought him these colorblind glasses. So we were at a seminar, he goes, dude, check this out. So I put the glasses on, I walked outside, and I looked up at the clouds, and I saw pink in the clouds. It blew my mind. I never knew the clouds had pink in them. And so I'm running around asking other people, do you see pink in the clouds? They're like, yeah, I see pink. Because all I saw was different shades of gray, because I can't see that light of pink. And then I'm like, wow, traffic lights, green traffic lights always looked white. When I drive down the road at night, the only way I know there's a green traffic light is the street lights are up here and there's a white light down in the middle. That's how I know the traffic light ahead is green. They both look the same color. I put those glasses on, I'm like, oh my God, I can see a green traffic light. All of a sudden, my world was different. That I never knew that I never knew. I never knew that I never knew. This is what our belief systems do. We see the world, we create a definition, We struggle through life. We keep these glasses on because we don't see. There's a whole plethora of colors, of people, of different levels of consciousness, of things that are going on around us, and we don't even realize it because our past that we don't even know, that we haven't put behind us, and even though we think we've forgiven, the energy is still in our body. And how do you know? Because we say it all the time. I was talking to a person a couple days ago, and this person said, the world is a painful place. And I'm like, oh my God, this person experiences a lot of pain. I don't see the world as a painful place. Is there pain in the world? Absolutely. I see the world as a loving place. I choose to have loving relationships. We see the consciousness and we do see pain happening in the world. And yes, we deal with that, but we know God is love. We know this can transmute, and it's our choice. Do you want to see the world from a new perspective? Would you rather feel joy than pain? Would you rather transmute fear into gratitude? So Michael Bernard Beckwith has a quote, transformation leads to dissolution. What's that mean? When you find the gift in your pain, you transform pain into gratitude, and pain dissolves. Therefore, forgiveness really is forgetting. It really is forgetting. So I was told last week that, I tell these stories, and I tell them so objectively. It's like, man, you got to put some emotion into it. And so, yeah, you're probably right. But the reason why is when I think of zipping that bag up now, I don't see a lot of pain because I've transmuted that into joy. I transmuted that into gratitude because there wouldn't be a book, You Are More Powerful Than You Think. I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be able to create the quality of relationships that I do today that I was not able to do before because I had my pain glasses on. And so that whole transformation created dissolution. Can I put myself into those pain moments and re-experience the pain? I can, but I actually have to try. Because my initial reflex, zipping up that bag, now is gratitude. Now it's gratitude. So here's the question. Would you like to transmute your pain into love? Would you like to learn how to take those painful moments, how to release them from your body, how to have gratitude, move into joy? So it's like we don't have any glasses on. We can see the whole rainbow in the world. And then our world not only will be different, it will evolve to a godlike level, who you are really created to be. Guess what? You don't have to know how. I didn't know how. All I was persistent and a lot of prayer, and God showed me the way. And what He showed me was how to take myself through the 6-step system of Healed that we're going to do on November 12th and 13th. Click on the link below, get the recording, attend live. If you want to be there live, there's a small group of people, but minimally get the recording, and let's do this together. Let's dissolve the pain. Let's transform. Let's see a loving world, because when we can all do this together, I really believe we can create heaven on earth. Your highest self is waiting for you now. Let's do this together. I truly love you guys. Thank you for listening. And please share this around the world. Peace and love.